What's on, where, and when. It's the Talk of Nelson. NBS Talk Nelson.
NBS has been supporting us, and that putia, the money that comes into our club, goes into all the things that help our club run. Banking for life, we view that as ka pai ki muri, ka pai ki mua, ka pai ngā mea katoa.
Welcome to Football Focus, your home for everything football on the top of the South. Must give a big shout out to Stan and the team at the Turf Hotel. I think Stan's still in the States, but the team's looking after the place this weekend. Thursday night, jam night from 8 till 11. Friday is Hysteria, 9 till 8. And then on Saturday, it's Kick, 9 till 8. And then on Sunday, come down and get your tickets. It's the mega meat raffle. It's gone up to $2,400. So you'll be able to feed the whole team for that, that's for sure. Welcome back, Skippy. Welcome back, Skippy.
Keep that. Skitty. Keep that one.
How's things, mate?
Good, mate. Yeah, good to be back. Getting ready for my holiday to Fiji next week. So
Is he?
yeah, counting down the days.
Is that right? Is that a bye week, or are you giving Neil the reins?
Neil's taking the reins
Is
for
he?
that one. Yeah, it's my 40th birthday.
Oh, is it?
off.
Oh, right.
All the family
Right,
are
fair
going,
enough.
and we leave Friday week on the
Oh,
16th. So yeah, looking forward to that break.
Yeah, very much so. Our very special guest is Sam Crawford, who is captain of Nelson Suburbs Women's Southern League team. G'day, Sam. Nice to have you here.
Nice to be here.
Now, we've tried to, now they tell me originally you're from Hamilton. Is that where you grew up early
Yes.
days?
Yeah, I grew up there.
So we've tried to make some connections with people in Hamilton and then some connections here in Nelson, but apparently there's quite a few Crawfords in the Nelson province. Is that
I think so, yeah.
so what age did you end up in Nelson?
I moved here when I was about 13.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you did do your early years in Hamilton.
Yeah.
And so football, when did that come into your life? Were you playing it in Hamilton or
Yeah, I started when I was 5.
did you?
Yeah,
Right.
just being in a boys' team, no one else, no other girls.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that school-based or was it club-based up there?
Bit of both. So at the start during primary and stuff, that was school. And then moved to Claudeland Rovers.
Right.
Yeah, so I did a bit of that.
What colour are Claudeland Rovers?
Red and white.
Red and white.
Yeah.
So that's the old Nelson United colours, actually.
Yeah.
We don't have any red and whites. And
FC Nelson's away kit. Is red and
yes,
white.
it is. It is.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's actually homage to
Nelson
Nelson
United.
United.
Yep.
That's right. So the trip down to Nelson and you ended up Waimea College, is that right?
Yeah, so when I first moved, I was at Waimea Intermediate. So I joined Nelson Suburbs straight away. Joined a boys' team. I was only girl again.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. But yeah, when I started college, that's when I went through to college football.
Right. So what attracted you to football? Because there would have been other pressures like netball or softball.
Yeah.
Waimea College volleyball. Volleyball.
Yeah, I did actually play netball in Hamilton as well. I did Hamilton reps for netball and
right.
football, so I was doing both.
Oh, wow.
And then mum was like, "Nah, you have to choose one." So I chose football.
You like
Yeah.
the round game. So you started playing for Nelson Suburbs quite early on in the piece, so there was that connection there. But at what age did you start seriously, playing women's football, and then with an eye potentially, on looking at the Southern League team?
Yeah. Playing properly and getting into those proper teams. I did Pride under 16s, I think. So I went down and did the FTC camps down there. And then properly being in the Nelson club, last year the Southern League team started up. So that's when we started traveling and stuff as a club.
Right.
Yeah.
So you had a bit of you did some training down in Canterbury, but you didn't move down there to play for any clubs down there?
No.
right.
Wanted to stay home, live with mum.
Oh, did you?
Didn't want to move.
So it would have been a little bit of pressure to go down there.
Yeah.
Had there been? Yeah.
Well, I still obviously playing in like a Christchurch environment, a lot of you end up meeting a lot of friends and girls down there that kind of like the same thing as you.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I wanted to stay at home, finish school in Nelson as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And then when did you get the tap on the shoulder and how did that happen?
As in like playing for
SPL.
SPL. It kind of just started moving. So there was a women's team before last year. It was like a women's senior team. So that's what I was playing in. And then they suggested that we join the Southern League, play Christchurch teams. And I was quite interested in that. Obviously, traveling's exciting and stuff, you know. So yeah, that had a lot of interest towards me. And like all those Christchurch girls were playing in the Christchurch teams as well. So playing against them was real cool.
So when that first started up, it was a bit of a trial, was there? Is that how the squads were originally selected?
We just, we went off the sort of back of a few years ago. I took a Tasman team down where we went down to see where we would fit in the league and how the girls would get on. And the girls went down and did really, really well. So we played in the league for 2 years when it was the mainland. And then unfortunately it fizzled out. Tasman fizzled out. So it was always, for me personally, as director of football, the club was always an aim to get the girls in there. The likes of Sam and there's a few more were constantly just in boys' academies. And 2 or 3 of them is smothered around different teams, and we needed something for them to push for. So, yeah, again, we pushed for it, and last year we made it happen, and we got in. And the girls have done well, and it's good to have a sort of top tier team in that league and competition. So,
So slightly different team this year, Sam, because would you say a younger side, and you've lost a little bit of experience from last season?
Yeah, definitely. We've had a lot of girls last year that left halfway through to go to America and do all their scholarships and stuff. And then the girls this year coming through are quite young, still in school and stuff like that. But a lot of them have played since they were younger as well. So it's just getting that experience and stuff to play against bigger teams.
At that higher level.
Yeah.
So tell us how things are looking so far. What's the team looking like, and what's the experience been like for you girls so far?
Definitely very young. Like you can tell the other teams that we play, obviously they've got a lot of older women, a lot stronger, to be honest. But it's good that those girls are getting that experience and like gradually building their strength to be able to play and, push against them and stuff like that. So we are doing quite well. We have been playing some good football, but then obviously you can see the difference between like the ages and stuff does play a big part in the games that we play.
So you're finding that sort of over the 90 minutes, you're playing patches of good competitive football, but then at times, not quite up to the standard you'd like.
Yeah, I guess so.
And those teams slightly more experienced, so they tend to know how to pace that game out of 90 minutes. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what were some of the goals that you talked about for the side for the season?
A lot of it was just to stay positive. Like we did say, the younger girls, obviously their heads get down quite fast because they're not used to, the big, strong competitive side. So that was one thing. And as a captain, like just to keep their heads up and keep them going. And like, 1-0 down, we were 1-0 down last weekend and then we came back and we were up 2-1 and that raised their heads a lot, which was really positive. But yeah, just to get them to learn the different stages of, 1-0 down, you can still get ahead. 2-0 down, you can still get ahead. Just things like that. Yeah.
We'll talk about the champions game because it just goes to show. And being the age that they are, is there a opportunity for them potentially to stick around for another season?
Absolutely, yeah. So I think when you go to America, you finish school and you kind of got like a 6-month period during the next season to kind of play for a wee bit. So yeah, just getting that in, and then some of them might move, some of them might stay. It just depends. Obviously, going to uni and stuff because there's not really like a university here where girls stay and kind of hang around. But
yeah, right. And so there's one or two looking at those USA college scholarships. Is that right?
Yeah, we've got another few leaving this year.
Is that right?
The boys as well. I think we've got in total probably another 7 leaving the shores. From the club.
You should charge Trump a tariff.
He'll probably charge us a tariff.
But talent and bringing into the country.
But it's a great experience for them, so we understand why they want to do it. But again, the female game at our club's in a real good place. We've got academies, 12s, 14s, 16s, and then again we've got 3 or 4 teams in the club stuff, and we've got a really good under 16 girls team that are doing really, really well. That'll add to the squad for hopefully end of this season, but also for next. So we've got long term, we've got numbers there, which is good.
Okay, well, let's get on and we can talk a little bit more about the SPL games, but also we've got the first round of the Kate Sheppard Cup. So you
Yes.
guys are in that, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
And you don't get a home ground. You got to go to Jubilee Park. So that would be quite a rare experience for you girls. You wouldn't often get to play at Jubilee Park, would you?
No, never.
No, right.
No.
Have you ever played there?
Yeah, I did
Oh, you
when I did
did?
college football.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, obviously it's going to be so much more different because I feel like whenever we play away, we kind of, get a bit excited and stuff like that. But, we're still at home, so we still have all our people coming and watch us, all our supporters.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
right. But it is a
Yeah.
new experience because it'll be at Jubilee Park. It's not often you go there. There'll be a great crowd there, the whole club rooms. I'm hoping they'll put you on the main part. It's on
Yeah.
the main pitch. So
And what we've done as well, the Swans are due to play our under-18 girls. So we've moved the game from Saxtons to Jubilee, and they're going to play after. So really good
awesome.
idea from Chris and the team at Richmond to make it a real Women's Day in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it'll be a brilliant occasion for the women's game. So yeah, we do ask people to come down and support it.
Now it's going to be an interesting match, Sam, because the Foxes are traditionally very strong in the first division, aren't they?
Yes.
And they're actually quite experienced. They've won the league, the last 3 or 4 seasons.
4 seasons, yeah.
Something of that nature. It looks as though this season they're still travelling pretty well. And then you've got a young side, but then who plays at a slightly higher level against more experienced sides. But now those two come together. So it's going to be interesting. How are you feeling going into that match?
For us, it's just like another match. We look at the team as like they're going to be strong because we know a few of the girls in the team and they are really strong. But again, it's just like playing our football, making it our game rather than just following them around. So yeah, just being nice and strong, positive again, and hopefully we get that one.
Yeah. It's going to be a
Good game.
It's going to be a great occasion at Richmond. Nelson Pine Senior Women. Actually, we'll flip back because we'll talk about the Chatham Cup because that's coming up.
Yes.
And first of all, Rangers taking on Little Sprig Wakefield. We talked about that. It is a home game for Rangers. Little Sprig Wakefield, they're on a roll, but they've got to go over the hill, aren't they? So we're hoping that confidence.
Oh, I think they'll just make a day of it.
Yeah.
Either way, fair play to them. Division below, free hit, really, isn't it? Go out and see what they can do. So yeah, all the best for Wakefield on their trip over to Rangers.
Now, I did put the word out during the week about potentially getting some people onto the podcast. And is it Shannon at Wakefield?
Yeah, I know Shannon quite well.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. So Shannon has put his hand up. Hopefully we're going to be catching up with him. But obviously good times at Wakefield at the moment.
Doing well.
And you never know, do you? You just never know.
Cup football.
Cup football. And then another big match, Sam. It didn't go Skippy's way last year. FC Nelson tipped them up. And it's going to be on the main pitch, Nelson Suburbs against FC Nelson, 12:30 kickoff, and that's on Sunday. So going to be a big occasion, lots of people there. When are you guys playing? So you're playing
Saturday.
We're playing Saturday,
so you get
yeah.
to come along and support the boys, but all the FC crowd will be out there as well.
Yeah.
Going to be a big occasion. What's going to happen this year, Sam?
Hopefully better result than last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good that it's at our home because
Yeah.
the boys often do play really well at home.
Yeah.
Last year was at
I hope
FC.
now it was home as well.
Oh,
No, it's
oh.
at Nelson.
We just didn't
But-
play.
So
We just didn't play.
But yeah,
We were there. We ran around a bit. But yeah.
yeah, hopefully better result. But yeah.
yeah, no, it was a big occasion for FC. They loved it. And then they got to take on Ferrymead, but Ferrymead were just starting to hit, they
Hit their stride.
hit their strap. So, but they'll be up for it. Devils got a young side, but they've been performing pretty well.
Yep.
But we do have some news on that front with a result from the weekend. Yeah, so it's going to be a competitive match, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
here again, I think cup football's brilliant. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, it gives teams the opportunity to test themselves against teams that aren't in their league or play a league above them. So, again, we know FC will be up for it. It is their cup final if they play us in the
Yeah,
cup.
yeah,
It is.
yeah.
So, fair play to them. They always come out and have a go. And our boys will be a little bit more prepared than they were last year. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the game on Sunday.
Yeah, good stuff. Be a great occasion. Nelson Pine Senior Women, and just some quick results. Golden Bay Shield Maidens over the Richmond Swans 4-3. The Foxes, looks like maybe the Mercy 9-0 over Motueka Angels. So that sort of suggests that maybe that was the mercy law there. Get Cars FC Nelson Diamonds going down 7-0 to Nelson Suburbs. And then Wakefield Ladies 8-2 over Fairview Mapua Cougars. So some big scores there, apart from quite a competitive match with Golden Bay and the Swans.
Yep.
So maybe the next round might be a little bit more even. This is where we do some picks, Sam. So Nelson Suburbs Women's Development taking on the Richmond Swans. It's at, it says here, that's right, it's at Jubilee Park.
Yeah, we've moved it.
Yeah, so that's correct.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a reserves team.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, reserves obviously again very, very young. But young and fit. So I hope they run circles around them. But
they're gonna run the Swans off the park.
Well, you never know. But yeah, I'm sure that those girls will do really well.
All right. And then we've got Motueka Angels against Sprig and Fern Tahuna Breakers. That's in Motueka Memorial Park.
Yeah.
Breakers.
I'm a fan of the Breakers. So yeah, I think
they're playing pretty strong at the moment.
They're doing really, really well at the moment. And yeah, as I said, they were the big improvers last year, and I think they'll be looking forward to the game against the Foxes, I think. But again, I think they'll take care of Mott first and then get geared up for that.
Yeah, well, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? Because so that game is played on Saturday at 3:00. So there must be a
default there, isn't it?
Or it must be moved because I'm just looking at the. No, there's only one game in the Kate Sheppard Cup. Sorry,
Yep.
I've got mixed up with the fact that they'll be playing Kate Sheppard Cup, but it's actually the Chatham Cup that's going to cause a few issues. So we'll talk about that soon. Golden Bay Shield Maidens taking on Wakefield. First time in the league for Wakefield ladies, but they'll be travelling over the hill to Golden Bay taking on the Shield Maidens.
Yeah, Golden Bay, I'm not sure how much the team's changed. But I don't know, Wakefield had a new team, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'll be quite a good game to watch, I'd imagine. Yeah.
So you're picking the Maidens?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Get Cars FC Nelson Diamonds having the bye, and then the Mapua Cougars travelling pretty well at the moment. This might be a good clash, taking on the Richmond Foxes. That's on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's been moved to midweek. Yeah.
At 6:30 at the Jubilee Park training pitch. So there, I thought that Mapua had the home ground, but because of the night fixture, it's going to be played at the training pitch. So Foxes getting the advantage there potentially, but anything could happen.
Yeah, quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Game Saturday, game Tuesday. So yeah, that might play a factor for both teams. So yeah. Again, night football, everyone enjoys it. So, but again, the Foxes I still think are pretty strong, and we'll probably see that one out.
And shout out to Donna at the team at Mapua, touch base with them during the week. So hopefully we'll be able to get Mapua on the show in the not too distant future. Nelson Pines senior men and some results. Rangers 4-1 over Sprig and Fern Tahuna. So Phil wasn't too far off, was he?
No, he wasn't.
He picked 4-0. And then Tahuna, I think, made a comment saying, you got to be kidding me. But anyway, 4-1. So it's actually ended up being pretty close. Nelson Suburbs under 18s going down to Karini 4-3. So Karini getting rub of the green there. Nelson Suburbs reserves going down to FC Nelson First 11 3-1. Smith and Sons Richmond have a bye. And then on the 6th.
Last night.
Is this correct?
Yep. Last night it played at the Neil Park Training Ground, North Road. Yep.
Got to say, you'll have to watch out for Tahuna.
Yeah.
They're starting to upset a few. So not too sure if, FC had you'd imagine they would have had the full squad because
I think so. Midweek, you would hope.
Dovell is usually pretty, makes sure that his players commit. So it suggests to me that Tahuna had a blinder and 2-2 with FC Nelson. What a great result, especially also getting that result the week prior. So obviously not getting the rubber green with Rangers, but yeah, they're going to be in the mix, aren't they?
Traveling well.
Yeah,
so, fair play to them. We said last year, I think you touched on it a lot. They were just 1 or 2 goals out every week. So they'll be happy with that result and looking to build on it this weekend. Yeah,
so there you go. They good on you, Tahuna. Keep up the good work. The fixtures for this week, we've got Richmond taking on Rangers at Jubilee Park. So, Sammy, I'm going to throw that one to you. You just have to pick one.
Rangers.
You think that'll be too strong? They'll be too strong, won't they?
Does your brother not play for Richmond?
Nah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
So you threw him under.
Not anymore.
I thought you threw him under the bus.
Well, to be fair, Richmond are a young side, and Rangers, the way they're travelling at the moment, they would be the favourites.
Yeah,
So
they're a
that's
good
probably the
side.
pick. But good luck to Richmond. Nelson Carini taking on Nelson Suburbs Reserve, Skippy. And you can't be biased there. But it's going to be a pretty good match, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, again, the boys lost. I thought they actually played really well against FC Nelson's first 11. Made a couple of mistakes to give away goals. So they'll be looking to play a little bit better and be a little bit more better in possession and not cough up any mistakes. So, yeah, I think they'll be too strong for that. But just on the Carini, the under-18s played their first game in senior football last week against Carini.
That's right.
That team, they're all 16, pretty much.
Jeez. And
16 years old.
not a big result.
And to Geezer and Dante, who have been working with those boys, and to them, it's an absolutely fantastic start. And they know that they're out there to develop and not to worry too much about the score, but really, really proud of the players and the coaching staff. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing them this week as well.
Well, Spriggan and Fern will be, Tahuna will be feeling pretty confident because they're taking on Nelson Suburbs under 18s, who are a good side. They, to only go down 4-3 to Carini, they're not a slouch team by any means, but Tahuna will be thinking, geez, we could get on a roll here.
Yeah, definitely. And that's a tough one for Geezer because he might lose his job as the quiz master.
Yeah,
Spriggan
that's
Fern, if he wins that, he's under pressure.
That's right.
So that's going to be a
It's not
tough.
going to be allowed in.
That's going to be a tough day for Geezer.
Yeah, it's going to be. It is
Either
going to
way.
be. So,
But yeah, again, that's another test for our boys because Spriggan Fern are a good side. They're physical. They play to their strengths, and that's what the boys are in there for, to learn from that. And yeah, it should be a really good game.
So FC Nelson gets the bye, has a bit of a rest, and always Sam, we pick a I keep on saying lower division. I need to come up with a better term, but the true grassroots divisions, second division men's, and you can pick this one, Sam. Spriggan Fern Tahuna second division taking on the Golden Bay Mountain Goats. It's at Tahuna.
I think Tahuna are going to smash it,
They're
to be
going
honest.
to be smashing.
That Geezer will be in that game as well playing. So he's got a busy day.
Yeah.
Busy day. He's got a busy day. Yeah.
So
It's top of the table. I
That-
think I'm
is
nearly
that top of
sure.
the table?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
is
think
that
it's
right?
1 and 2. So
geez, Tahuna traveling pretty well at the moment. The Goats, they had some great games last year.
they're fantastic.
And they're a great bunch of guys traveling, but
Yeah.
couldn't make first division this year. But they'll certainly come over and go hard, that's for sure. But Tahuna are the favourites at home. Here we go, Sam, your territory, Suddenly Women, and some results. Roslyn Wakari 6-3 over Horswell.
Yeah.
Coastal Spirit going down 4-0 to Otago University.
Yeah, Otago Uni have actually been smashing it this season so far.
That's a bit of an upset, isn't it? Isn't Coastal Spirit usually pretty strong?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Otago have recruited well
Right.
with a few new students moving down into the area. So yeah, they look pretty strong.
We'll come back to your game, Sam, but UC Canterbury going down 2-0 to Dunedin City Royals. So strong side Dunedin.
Dunedin have always been pretty strong, yeah.
Yeah, Kashmir Technical, the bye. And then you took on NW United at home at Saxton, going down 3-2. So gut-wrenching. Tell us about the game. How did it go?
First goal they scored was just really unfortunate. Our goalie just had a little bit of a stumble and they just managed to score a goal. And then I'm pretty sure it was 1-1 half-time. And then Dave had a good word with us.
Did he?
Yeah. And then, we were up 2-1, heads were high, and then they just scored 2 goals right near the end. And, we just lost it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
And they were very late on as well. I think it was 80
Yeah.
and something
Oh,
else.
is that
So,
right?
Like
yeah.
very, very late. So, we were quite confident the whole second half. And then,
It happens.
I know.
It happens. It's gut wrenching, I know, but all those little experiences. It's things you learn over time, and then you can talk about them in your game. And
course.
it is a 90-minute game, and that's the thing that can happen. You might be 1-0 up, and then next thing you
Yep.
do one down, and you go, "Well, how did that happen? We dominated that game." It's okay. Well, so let's talk about the draw coming up, and we'll do some picks. We'll come back to your. No, we can talk about it now. Geez, it's going to be a tough one. You got to go to Dunedin.
Yeah, well, I'm not actually going.
What?
It's my 21st birthday.
Oh, well,
So
you're bailing out and you're bailing out.
yeah, so
Oh.
game in Dunedin means 4 flights in one day,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is a bit tougher on the girls because obviously they're not used to traveling a whole lot. I mean, traveling to Christchurch is pretty good. You know, one flight's like an hour. But obviously traveling to Dunedin, get to the airport an hour early, travel to Christchurch or Wellington.
Yeah.
And then traveling again to Dunedin, which is a big day for the girls because a lot of them, again, they're not used to it. But yeah, Dunedin City Royals, that'll be a tough one. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a good side, aren't they?
Very good. I think speaking to Dave and Jill yesterday, I think they'll use this week against Richmond in the cup to
Yeah, true.
really try to gain some
Well, you've got a
confidence.
game before that. haven't
Yeah,
you?
so hopefully they can get the confidence. And then
Yeah.
again, as I said, we're a young side. The Royals are the benchmark of that league. They're going to run away with it. I don't think anyone's going to get close. So for our girls, I hate to say it is a free hit. So anything they can go down there and be positive with the game, I think Dave will be happy with. And that's what it's about. It's development and showing improvement. So.
Yeah, he'll have to be shouting the Curries down in Dunedin, surely.
He took them
He'll
for
need
one.
it.
He took them for one last week.
Last
I
week,
know.
He took the team.
I know, but and the question was, did he pay?
Did he pay?
nah,
Nah. There you go.
got us all there, and he's like, "Oh, you girls are paying." We're like, "What?"
Just dropped him straight in it.
Yeah. But now Dave and Jill, Dave's doing a great job with the girls and trying to instill the right things in them and mentality. And I'd say knowing Dave for a long time, there'll be a bit of frustration there. But it shows the true colours of the man, and he keeps persisting and he'll keep going and he'll keep pushing them. And we're very lucky to have him, and the girls are very lucky to have him as well. So we'll keep supporting them, and we know they're going to turn a corner soon. It's coming.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I mean, what have you talked about? I mean, it's a game at a time. You've got a very important match before that, so it's really Foxes to focus on for now. Horswell gets the bye, so here we are. NW United taking on Rosalind Wakari at Kendall Park. What do you think, Sam?
I think Rosalind will do pretty well. NW United just really strong, really pushy, and they kind of got in our head a little bit last week, I think, just because the girls aren't used to that real pushy side. But yeah, I hope Rosalind have been quite strong last season as well. Yeah.
So you're not picking it?
Who you going with? You got to say
Rosalind.
Rosalind. Away went Rosalind, like that.
Kashmir Technical taking on Coastal Spirit.
That will be a good one.
That will be a very good
That'll
game.
be a very good game.
Coastal got tipped up. Oh, you're saying about Otago's potentially that strong.
Yeah. Well, Cash Tech and Coastal actually have lost a lot of players.
Oh.
Some have moved to Auckland FC, I think, with that new girls A-League team coming through. And then a few have gone to America as well because they've got a few young girls there. But yeah, no, it'll be a good game.
Not picking it?
I don't know.
I'll go Coastal Spirit because I have to.
Yes.
Play for
That's right.
Yeah, and then I'll go Cash Tech.
There you go.
At home. Otago University taking on UC Canterbury. It's on the football turf.
Otago will smash it.
They'll be too strong.
They're real strong this year.
Yeah.
By the sounds of things, yeah.
We watched a bit of them when we were down playing the Royals. They were playing on the pitch beside us. Yeah, they're quite athletic. They move the ball really, really well. And yeah, they'll be tough to beat, especially down there.
So there's no National Women's League, is there?
So the Women's National League is still pretty much, apart from the North Island, have gone to club-based. We in the South have still stayed like a franchise. So we still have Canterbury Pride. And we still have Southern football. I'm nearly sure that is the Royals still, it's still Southern, isn't it? Or is it
I think it's Southern.
So there's no promotion relegation. It's all,
So it goes end of the year. There's no qualification for it yet.
Yes.
So I think that will come in probably next year.
And the only reason I'm asking, you mentioned that quite a few potentially are knocking on the door for Auckland.
Yes.
So how's that going to affect?
Oh, huge, especially up north, because Auckland have started the recruitment process. They've been starting to touch up, get players in, get them in, look to build the squad because they start next year. And I think it'll change the landscape of Auckland football massively, especially in the women's space, especially for clubs like Auckland United, Western Springs, who have been very strong in that female game. They're going to lose maybe 5 or 6 players each.
So that could potentially affect the South Island.
Yeah, because again, it's affected Tech straight away because 2 or 3 ones have gone up. If you want to be selected for Auckland FC and play professional football as a woman, you're going to play your winter football in Auckland. And that's the way it is. They're at Wellington to play for the Phoenix. So that's unfortunate what can happen. But for the girls that want to push on, it's probably the only option at the moment.
Yeah, interesting. Going to be very interesting. Okay, Southern League men and some results. Dunedin City Royals going down to Christchurch United 2-0. That was in Dunedin, so Christchurch went and played their game, didn't they?
Yeah, Royals got man sent off like 16 minutes in.
Oh,
Yeah, and all reports, not bagging any referees or anything, but it was a yellow card, not a red card. It should have been a
Right.
yellow. But it was 1-0 for a long time, and Royals stayed in there. And then I think Christchurch, scored late on. But yeah, unfortunate for the Royals because I know they seem as us they target their home games. But yeah, Christchurch are proven to be a bit of a juggernaut at the moment.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wanaka FC couldn't do it at home, going down 3-2 to Nomads. So Nomads obviously would have had had a look at that and gone, geez, they're pretty good at home and on the
Yeah.
square pitch. And
2-0 up at halftime, Wanaka.
oh, were they really?
Mhm.
Geez, so that's
Yep. So
digging in must have been a chat at halftime saying,
yeah, Nomads have
Yeah.
bounced back well. But yeah, as I said, we talked about it last week. Wanaka are going to be hard to beat down there, and they're going to give everyone a good game. So great result for Matt and the boys at Nomads.
how's this Kashmir Tech? They did have the pit after
Yep.
after going down to you guys, so they 3-2 over Ferrymead. But you did mention a player for Kashmir who was
Dive
back. Yeah, Dave was back. Yeah,
scored
so-
2.
Right,
Of course he did.
right.
Yeah.
So that was the difference. Selwyn United 2-2 with UC Canterbury. So this was pretty much bottom of the table clash. So even Stevens can't separate them.
Yeah, Selwyn will be disappointed. Chris 2-0 up.
Oh, were they?
Yeah,
Right.
and then Uni scored 2 really quick goals, got it back to 2-2, and it finished that way. But yeah, that was don't know. Yeah, Chris would have been hoping to get 3 points there at home. But yeah,
Coastal Spirit, they have had some indifferent results, but obviously just starting to get a few things together.
Yeah.
And you're at, they were at home as well, 3-0. So what was your take on the game?
yeah, we spoke about it after with the boys. We didn't look to get going. We just again same to the sort of Royals game. We weren't ourselves and we didn't connect. There was no fluency to our play, and unfortunately, we've been really good defensively lately, but we've let the ball bounce 3 times in the box and they've scored from it. So, yeah, we're disappointed because it's things that we've been doing well that we did wrong. So we have to learn from it, and yeah, we're looking forward to getting back on the horse this weekend and looking to. I must admit, the boys play with a different edge when they're at home, on the pitch, and yeah, we're looking forward to it. But yeah, we need to be better away from home, especially, or every other team's going to think they can just turn us over when we're away. So we need to fix that, and yeah, that'll be the next time we're away. We'll be looking to put that right.
Quick pick, Sam. Christchurch United taking on Kashmir Tech.
Cash check.
Cash Tech all the way. Jeez.
Only because we don't have a Christchurch United women's side, so
Good logic. Good
can't
logic.
support them.
It'd be a good game. Ferrymead Bay is taking another good game, taking on Coastal Spirit.
Yeah, two big games there. Ferrymead, Alan Walker, ex-coach of Coastal Spirit. He'll be looking to put a bit of a bump in the road. So it'll be a tough game. I'm picking a draw for that.
UC Canterbury taking on Dunedin City Royals. UC at home.
UC home, are they?
Yes,
Yep.
they are. Yes.
English Park.
I don't know. Dunedin City might probably going to be quite strong, but then again, UC, English Park. So not a fan of that field. I hate that field, but UC seem to love it. So yeah, hopefully Dunedin.
Okay, Nomads AFC taking on Selwyn United. That's at Tulip Park.
It'll be tough for Selwyn.
Yeah.
Nomads are a pretty good football side, but these are the games Chris will be targeting their young side, Nomads. So can he make it physical and try to get the edge that way? So yeah, should be a really good game actually. But yeah, Nomads I think are a good football team, and I think they'll just edge it.
So here we go, Skip. We've talked about them so much this season, Monica, and now you get to take them on, but it is at home. You don't have to play on the square pitch. You can't manipulate the ground. I'm not too sure what the forecast is going to be.
He's in Fiji. He don't have to
He
worry about
won't even be here.
Yeah, a bit disappointed because Ben Sapola, who's the coach, of
yes,
Monica, is a really good friend of mine, and it'd be brilliant to see him. But yeah, I think it'll be a really good game. I know they've got the travel that we do, so I think they leave Saturday morning. The kickoff's at 3:00 Saturday afternoon. It's just tough. It really is tough, and I think if we can start early and get on the front foot, I think we might have a little bit too much for them. But again, I know Ben will come up and set up well, and I think it'll be a really good game. And it's brilliant to see Wanaka playing football in Nelson. I think it's huge. It just shows you what you can do. They've done really well as a club to put the right things together to get in the Southern League, and every day for them's a good day with Ben. He says every time they play, they've done something well. So yeah.
But if I know yourself, and I definitely know Neil, after last week, he'll be wanting a better start.
Oh,
Won't
100%.
Yeah.
And we started really well against Tech at home last time.
Yeah.
So we'll want to start that way as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we're looking forward to it.
Good luck. Okay. A-League men, and just it's the elimination finals. So Auckland get a rest. Western United taking on Adelaide United. Western Sydney Wanderers taking on Melbourne Victory. Hard to pick. Let's do a quick pick. Sam, do you follow the A-League men at all? A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
What do you think out of Western United and Adelaide United?
Western United, are they quite far low down?
They
Or they're
were
like kind of in the
they
middle?
were in the middle of the playoffs, so they won
Yeah.
the
So
they
they
were last
yeah.
then, weren't they?
Yeah, I don't know about that one actually.
If it was at home, I would have went Adelaide because they're good at home.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
tough,
right.
tough
Yeah, I was
one
going to
away.
pick Adelaide.
She's going Adelaide.
Adelaide,
Adelaide.
fair enough. Yeah, Western Sydney Wanderers taking on Melbourne Victory. So the Wanderers are at home.
Yeah, go Wanderers at home. Melbourne are doing well, but yeah, I fancy Western at home.
Yeah, semi-finals next week. So
yeah,
that's
just a shout out to Callan Elliott picking up his medal for Auckland FC as a Premier winners.
Oh,
his
right,
first
yes,
medal
yes,
in the
oh,
A-League.
right,
so
right.
Nelson Boy, so well done,
Yeah,
Callan.
yeah.
And
Yeah, he'll be wrapped with that.
he'll be
wouldn't he?
buzzing with that. Yep. So hopefully they can go on and push to win the whole thing.
Yeah. UEFA Champions League, and it was the semi-finals, and what a match. Inter Milan taking on Barcelona, and when I was writing up this, it was 2-2 with an aggregate of 5 each. Skippy, what was the latest?
The aggregate score was 7-6 to Inter Milan, and they have gone through
Inter Milan have gone through.
an extra time.
So were they down and then came back?
They were 2-0 up. Barcelona got it back to 2-2.
Ah.
Then Barcelona went 3-2 up. They scored in the 89th minute, I think, to make it 3-3. And then they've scored an extra time to make it 4-3 and go through.
Jeez, how's that?
Unbelievable.
And that's pretty good against Barcelona, isn't it? So they'll be pretty wrapped against that. PSG taking on Arsenal. That's tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow
is it?
morning, yeah.
Yeah. So you said it's going to be tough for Arsenal. PSG looking a pretty good side.
Yeah, and Arsenal have to go for it. At the end of the day, they
Yeah.
have to go for it. So I think it'll be a really good game. I think what Arsenal need to make sure is not what happened in the last game and they concede early. They conceded in the first 4 minutes, I think it was last week. So if they can keep it 0-0, they've got the players on the pitch that can, make it 1-2 pretty quickly. So I think Arteta, he rested a few at the weekend. They lost again in the Premier League. So I'd say they're going to have a real good nudge. Yeah.
Yeah. Get some trophy wear, hopefully. Results from the Premier League: Brentford 2-0 over Forest, Man City 1-0 over Wolves. So Phil will be pretty happy about that. Villa 1-0 over Fulham. Wasn't happy about that at all. Everton 2-0 with Ipswich. Leicester 2-0 over Southampton. So Southampton still can't do it. Arsenal, as you said, went down 2-1 to Bournemouth. Bournemouth, good side though. Brentford 4-3 over Man United. Again, Brentford, a good side. Brighton 1-1 with Newcastle. So Brentford, Brighton, Bournemouth, all the bees, they're good sides, aren't they? West Ham 1-1 with Spurs. So actually Spurs getting something out of that. Chelsea, the guy's probably getting over.
We were still hungover.
Quite a bit of champagne.
100%. Yeah.
And so Chelsea and they probably needed that win to try and get into Euros. And then it's not going well for Forest, 1-1 with Crystal Palace. So
the last 5 weeks haven't been great, have they?
No, so
I feel sorry for them a little bit because they were flying at one stage.
Yeah, that's right. So do you follow the Premier League a little bit, Sam?
No,
Not at all?
not really.
So you haven't got a favourite?
I like Arsenal.
You like Arsenal, the
Yeah.
Gunners?
Yeah.
We usually out of time, but we should be covering the Premier Women's League as well. It's pretty strong, but
just on the Premier League, I don't know if you've seen what Jamie Vardy did in the Leicester game.
I heard about the court case result, but I didn't.
So
but I didn't hear about his scenario.
Southampton won the ball and they were breaking, and the referee fell over, and Jamie Vardy ran over and took his whistle out and blew it, and the guy stopped. It was absolutely brilliant.
So what happens to him there?
I don't know. I didn't see what happened after the match.
Red card?
I just seen the clip, but they made sure the ref was okay, but he blew the whistle. It was hilarious. I've seen the TikTok version of it. It's so good.
Jeez, I wonder if that would be an
Oh,
automatic red
no, I
card.
did send him off. I think everyone just laughed because it was just so funny. But there's a picture of him on Instagram with him with the whistle in his mouth, and it's brilliant. It's
And I
so
suppose,
funny.
well, at the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. So,
That was his last game as well at home
oh,
for
right,
Leicester.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
So he gets away with that one.
yeah.
Okay, let's do some picks. Fulham versus Everton. Fulham at home.
Fulham.
Yes.
Did he pay you for it?
She saw the look in my eye.
I'm actually going to tip Fulham as well.
Oh,
to be
nice,
fair. I
nice.
think Craven Cottage, that
Yeah.
probably is their last home game,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Ipswich versus Brentford.
I want to pick Ipswich.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Nothing to lose now. They're relegated.
Jeez.
They got 2-2 away to Everton. Back at home.
Southampton versus Man City.
I like Man City as
Oh,
well.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy pick there.
Right. Okay. Wolves versus Brighton.
I think Wolves are flying. I think Wolves will win that at home. I think they've done a really, really good
It's,
job. They've turned their
It's your
season around.
coach's team, isn't it?
Yes. Yep. Steve's Wolves. Yeah. But yeah, now they've turned things around. Wolves.
So you're
so-
picking Wolves then? Or
I guess I have
Brighton?
to. Yeah,
You
go
pick
the Wolves.
Brighton.
Go.
Go the Wolves. Bournemouth versus Villa.
Ooh,
Well, that'd be
that's
a
a
good
good
too.
game.
And,
Yeah.
and Bournemouth at home.
Yeah, Bournemouth at home, I think.
Newcastle versus Chelsea.
Don't look at me. I can't answer for you.
I don't know. It's a tough one actually.
Yeah,
They look even on the.
yeah.
Who you
Thank-
going? Who you going?
We'll go Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Pigsy will be happy.
Yeah,
Man United versus West Ham.
West Ham.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yes. Forest versus Leicester. They need it, don't they?
Forest have to win.
Yeah,
have
and it's
to
at
win.
home.
Yeah, nah, Forest. Yeah.
Spurs versus Crystal Palace.
Ooh,
Oh, that'll be a good one.
who's at home for that?
Spurs.
Spurs.
You're going to pick Spurs.
I'm
Back
gonna-
them.
I'm going to do Crystal Palace.
They've been travelling well
Because
lately.
Spurs have a good big European game tomorrow.
Right.
So,
yes.
yep, I'm
Right.
going to say that.
Okay. Liverpool versus Arsenal.
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 Liverpool win that one. The hangover will be gone by then. And they've got to
Yeah.
clap us out.
Yes, they do. Oh, as well, do they?
Yep.
So that
They-
last week, clap on.
They keep going. Keep
Geez,
going.
geez, that must be painstaking.
There's a stat for you, a stat that I seen this morning. Chelsea are the team that have to give the guard of honor the most
Oh, is that
in
right?
the Premier
Oh.
League. There you go.
Okay, so if we look at the top seven, in actual fact, Liverpool obviously, Arsenal second, well behind Man City, fourth is Newcastle, fifth is Chelsea, then sixth is Nottingham Forest. So
It's so tight.
Chelsea's on 63, Nottingham Forest on 61,
It's so tight.
and then Aston Villa on 60.
Like
So there's
Arsenal, like Man City could overtake Arsenal by the end of the season.
Yes, right.
You know what I mean? And we
Yeah.
talked about the wheels falling off at
Yeah.
Man City, but
Yeah,
they
well-
could still finish second.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't pick the rest, could you?
No.
At this stage, you couldn't pick who's going to come
No.
fourth or fifth. It's going
No.
to be right to the wire.
No. Yep. So it's going to be very interesting indeed. Still lots to play for, and we've got the EFL Championship playoffs to come as well. So
Yep.
okay. All right. Thank you very much once again. Big thanks to Sam from Nelson Suburbs SPL team.
Thank
Good luck for the Kate Sheppard Cup, and have a happy 21st.
Thank you.
You might have to watch the game on FIFA Plus. Watching the girls.
I don't even think they have FIFA Plus.
No, they
deals.
don't.
They don't
Nah.
cover it on
Not
that?
yet.
Oh.
We're pushing to get
Yeah,
it.
should do, should do.
definitely.
All right, and you're off to Fiji.
Friday week, so
Jeez.
still got a week to go. I'll be here next week, and then it
Right.
won't be the next week. Yeah, I'm here for next week's show.
Oh, okay.
But,
All right. Well, Sam will have to come and take your place.
yeah,
then.
and then we can
We'll get a
talk
new
about
one.
my trip the week after.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Talk about my 21st.
Exactly. There you go. We'll have a review. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks very much for coming in. Local comps heating up. Chatham Cup, Kate Sheppard Cup, Southern League still going, and both the men's and women's divisions in full swing. Good luck to the teams this weekend. Huge thanks to Sam and huge thanks to Stan and the team at the Turf Hotel. You can listen on Spotify, YouTube, on the website, and also digital radio. Just look for MBS Talk Nelson. And don't forget, if you want to get involved in the show sponsorship-wise, hit us up. And I must give a shout out to all the clubs, because one comment I got was, nice to be finally invited along.
Oh, brilliant.
Meaning that perhaps we haven't been clear that if you are a club wherever you are in the top of the South, we'd love to talk to you about football and your club in the region. Don't wait for us. Contact us and we'll be very keen to get you on. That's it for this week. Thank you very much for joining us. See you next episode for more grassroots glory, matchday madness, and of course local legends on Football Focus.
Talk Nelson Radio. It's the Talk of Nelson.